America West Arena. New to the Phoenix Suns, Barkley has already made his mark. He leads the team in scoring and rebounding, not to mention intensity. But can he carry his team to victory over the world champion Chicago Bulls? The Bulls are playing their 4th game in 6 nights. Do they have the energy to do battle with the Phoenix Suns, or will they melt in the Arizona heat? Here in Phoenix, sitting in for Wayne Larrabee tonight. Nice to have you with us for Bulls basketball on Channel 9. Let me bring in my partner, Johnny Kerr, who many people may not remember is the first coach in the history of this Phoenix franchise. Boy, things have changed, haven't they?
What a beautiful building they've got here, Dan. A super building. And, of course, they got some brand new players here, too, that they picked up in one as a free agent. Devastating?
No, not really. We realized that, we've been playing some good basketball headed into Los Angeles. Unfortunately, that was our 3rd game in 4 nights. And, the Lakers, on the other hand, they had 5 days to prepare for us. They hadn't played since the Sunday prior. And, they were ready. And, they were fired up. They had their legs. We were a little tired. And we just didn't really execute down the stretch. And a lot of times, we were able to come off with, with Scottie and Michael hitting the big shots for us. But, we really couldn't do it, against the Lakers. Unfortunately, free throws cost us another ball game, too.
Of course, they've had a day to rest now, so no defeat hangover coming out of L.A. for the Bulls tonight.
No, absolutely. And then, of course, last night we talked about Phoenix playing the Clippers, so talk about Scottie Pippen in that group. So big-time numbers, a lot of friendships involved. But tonight, when that ball goes up, that whistle blows the first time, you're going to see a couple of the greatest competitors you've seen.
No question about it, and what could be a preview of the 1993 NBA Finals. We've got the starting lineup and then the opening tip coming up from Phoenix, right in Phoenix, Arizona.
From Clemson, number 54, Horace Grant. At forward from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. At center from San Francisco, number 24, Bill Cartwright. At guard from Iowa, number 10, B.J. Armstrong. And at guard from North Carolina, number 23, Michael Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, with head coach Paul Westphal, assistant coaches Lionel Hollins and Scotty Robertson, the trainer Joe Bosky, and assistant trainer Matt Anderson, here's the starting lineup for your Phoenix Suns. At guard from California, number 7, KJ Kevin Johnson. At guard from Central Michigan, number 9, Dan Majerle. At center from Old Dominion, number 41, Mark West. At forward from Cal State Fullerton, number 23, Cedric Ceballos. And at forward from Auburn, number 34, Charles Barkley.
And Paul Westphal, the coach of the Suns. Boy, hope my eyes clear up before this game starts.
That reminded us a little bit of the home treatment the Bulls get over on the Madhouse on Madison.
And they're not the only team in the NBA that uses that same music either. This being a new building, John, they had a little bit of trouble in one of the previous home games when they turned the lights down and tried to turn them back up. The lights came on fine, but the scoreboard wouldn't light up. It stayed that way for the entire first half. I think that was the game previous to this one. Look at the officials tonight. Hugh Evans, David Jones, and Gary Benson will be calling it for you on the floor. The Bulls and the Suns.
Wouldn't it be something, an arena like this, and you had to run down to the drugstore and get a fuse? Sunday night, Dan.
Well, let me tell you why it happened. They had a towel warmer plugged in, and when the circuit came back on, the towel warmer sent a spurt of juice through the whole system and knocked the scoreboards out. So it was a tiny little thing.
Listen, Dan, you got a nice looking jacket on here tonight. I hope it doesn't hold that firm grip at all. It's going to be coming our way. So Michael's going to come with a little rosin here for you.
You know, I forgot, you always dress light colors.
Yeah, I dress black and white now. I try to, you know, chip them in. Thanks, MJ.
Very light one. Thank you very much, Michael.
Game can start.
And we're ready to rock here from the America West Arena. Boy, what a building, John.
It is gorgeous, just gorgeous. And of course, you can't wait till the Bulls get in their beautiful building, the United Center.
The all-time series led very narrowly by the Bulls. The Suns have won the last two in Phoenix. Of course, this will be the first time these two teams have played in this building, and the Bulls will have it to start things off. Jordan guarded by Kevin Johnson, and now they switch over. MJ shot from the left wing is down. A good start for Michael and a good start for the Bulls. A 2-0 lead for Chicago.
You know, the last game the Bulls played in the old Coliseum, of course, Michael missed because he was suspended that game, and the Phoenix Suns fans didn't get a chance to see him play last year.
I remember they called the NBA office and complained to the commissioner. They were totally incensed that they didn't get a chance to see him. Well, the old building only held 14,000 something. This one's up to 19 plus, so a lot more people will get the chance here tonight.
It might be a lot more than 19 in this building tonight, too, Dan.
Charles' first touch of the night. 10 on the shot clock. Marley in the corner under heavy pressure by the Bulls. KJ out front with 4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer on the way is way off. And a foul on Charles Barkley as they battle for the rebound. Barkley and Horace Grant hooked up, and the call goes Chicago's way.
They had to beat the clock here, so KJ fires an off-balance shot, went off to the right, and as the ball came out, Horace Grant got tossed the first time, and they called it on Barkley.
Cartwright trying to post up inside on West. He does. Double team pressure. Now back to BJ. Long 2. No good, and West has the rebound. Phoenix will run it when they get the opportunity, and here's Johnson.
Still looks dark in here, though, doesn't it, Dan, compared to the pregame?
Absolutely, John. I don't know if they keep it this way purposely or if all the lights didn't come back on, but it's very dark. Horace Grant from 18 feet drains it. Bulls up 4-0 early going. America West Arena tonight in Phoenix. Horace Grant starts out on Barkley tonight. Charles gets it down on the block against Horace and goes to work. The shot wouldn't go, but the foul is called and send Charles Barkley up to the free throw line.
That's how tough he is. He draws everybody around him, and he just got that big, strong body. Horace plays him back a little bit, but Bill Cartwright gets caught, so Barkley will shoot a couple free throws.
Charles, the number 4 scorer in the NBA going into the game tonight. And as we said, he rolled up a 44-point evening last night in Los Angeles. Phil Jackson not happy with the call. You may hear him through the microphone.
Yeah, he's right here next to us.
Talking to David Jones, the referee. Charles hits them both. It's 4-2. Scottie having trouble with Marley, and Marley makes the steal. Dan Marley, the big step and score. First field goal of the night for the Suns, and the game is tied at 4. Jordan over Ceballos off the back iron, no good, and Barkley working the board. Here comes Charles against Horace Grant. The pass is tipped. West gets it anyway and lays it in.
They didn't turn their head around on the play. It was tipped right up in the air, and big Mark West with the left hand put it in.
You want to keep your head on a swivel when you play these guys.
Yes.
BJ wide open and nailed it. BJ Armstrong averaging 12 points a game.
He released in a long pass. I was just going to say, you got Barkley and Scottie Pippen getting that ball off the board. They look down the court or can take it in a hurry, and that's a second hoop for Dan Marley.
Michael Jordan open, doesn't take the shot. They set up the 2-man game over on the right wing. And Cartwright in the post against West. Bill Cartwright's shot no good. Barkley, good position, and West the rebound. Here they come on the run again. Ceballos. A wild shot, no good, and B.J. Armstrong out of there with it. Now the Bulls trying to run. MJ from 15 gets his second basket. 8 apiece. Boy, Barkley really getting good position down low. Now the step in reverse.
Great position underneath. He uses his body before the pass comes in. He really uses his body to get to where he wants. And Phil is really questioning the officials about letting him do what he wants in his building.
Scottie Pippen's first shot of the night. Banks it off the glass and in. And again, the Suns in a hurry. KJ almost traveled but pulled it back. Now Majerle thought about it. Didn't shoot it for 3. In the lane, fades back, shot way off, and it's all Chicago on the rebound. But a foul called inside, and it goes against Chicago.
Either Michael or Scottie there. I didn't see who.
I didn't either.
Yep, Michael.
Both teams shooting fairly well in the early going. Barkley down low again. Charles. And here comes Michael Jordan. Pull-up shot over Majerle right through. Michael off to a hot start. 3 baskets for him. And it's 12-10 Chicago on top.
You got to worry about the Bulls transition game here. They make a basket. Before you know it, that ball is at half court with 3 men coming out. So the Bulls have to get back in a hurry.
West with a left hand. Got the roll. Mark West has 4, and the game tied at 12. Well, back and forth we go, John, and a lot of physical play inside, a lot of post-up basketball so far.
You got the 2 big centers going at it hard, and of course Barkley posting up, a lot of post-up. Kevin Johnson. Scott West.
It's on Mark West holding Bill Cartwright down low. Hugh Evans caught West with 2 hands in the back of Cartwright that time. 1 hand usually is okay, isn't it? But 2.
1 is okay.
They'll get you for 2. Now they clear out for Cartwright. BJ around a screen, no shot. And back down low to Bill. Spins inside, and he'll go to the free throw line as West whacks him again.
That's his second foul, 2 in a row. 1 to get the ball out of bounds. They come back in, right back into Bill Cartwright. A hand, there's the 1 hand on the back. He makes the move to the middle. He's going to take the little jump hook. Take one more look at it here as Cartwright gets set to shoot. Tom Chambers waiting to come in. What a great situation this is for Chambers. Not a lot of pressure on him. He's going to come in for the center. Now look at this team they got. Guys that can shoot 3s. You got Barkley, who made his first 3 last night. You got Chambers, long range. Dan Majerle in the back. Ceballos, a runner. So West leaves with 4 points and 2 fouls.
Well, last night, John, in Los Angeles, these guys shot 28 3-pointers.
Yeah.
28 times.
What they'll do is they'll keep it open and let Barkley go underneath. And if you don't guard these guys outside, they do have the ability to put it in. So now Ceballos is in the back. Michaels draws him.
I'll tell you what, Charles was putting him up from out there last night, too. In fact, he was 0 for the year until last night.
Yeah.
Didn't make one in the first 6 games. Finally got 1 to go last night. Here's Majerle for 3.
And there it is. You saw what he did. Tommy Chambers took the ball down, made a spin move, fired it back out. Majerle gets the 3.
Bulls try to answer back. Horace Grant strong to the basket with the left hand, and Horace is on the board. Chambers wide open. Didn't make it, but right there for the rebound, Ceballos. Nobody close to him, Johnny.
No, sir. Inside, just put it back in off the glass.
Down low to Cartwright. Now he's got Chambers, which is a real mismatch in Cartwright's favor, and Bill cashes in.
He's got a guy that is a non-physical player, but Bill's going to have to pay on the other end, chasing Chambers around.
Game's been tied 7 times already, and we get a whistle as Kevin Johnson drives through the paint. Foul on B.J. Armstrong, I believe, but we're going to get a timeout. With 6:03 to go in the opening period, we are even. It's the West Arena. A little touch of home right there. Game tied at 17. On December 11th, when the Bulls take on the Houston Rockets, it's Tiger Electronics game night. First 1,500 kids, 14 and younger, will receive an electronic basketball game, compliments of Tiger Electronics. That's December 11th, the Bulls and the Rockets. Phoenix will toss it in here as we get ready to restart. 17 apiece. Field goal shooting exceptionally good on Chicago's side, and the Suns shooting well also. A three-point shot by Majerle a moment ago allowed them to tie it up, and we are still tied at 17. Here's Chambers backing in on Cartwright, and Bill whacked him.
It's obvious what Westphal wants to do. Take the mismatch. The mismatch being a forward like Chambers that can handle the ball going against Bill, making Bill work. Let's see if Phil's going to come with Scott Williams, or they'll make him pay a little bit. Chambers goes to the free throw line. Cartwright picks up the second foul.
Quite obviously, Chambers can shoot him from the free throw line. 96% so far this year. I was watching Tom in the warm-ups, John. He couldn't make a thing.
Well, you look at those scoring averages, pretty good scoring averages. He went down a little bit last year, a lot of pressure on him, but now Barkley really takes it off. I mean, he comes in and generally plays against the other team's second line forward. Former All-Star, most valuable player in the game of the All-Star game.
Bill Cartwright, the mismatch the other way, and now a foul on Chambers. So touche, says Phil Jackson. We'll take it right back down there. Did they light him up?
And a technical. Oh yeah, he was moaning and groaning, and so Michael will shoot the technical.
Well, it's a quick trigger, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I thought he really went off there. I mean, it's a foul in the first quarter. I don't know if that's worth griping about, but he was on his way for the shot. So MJ makes the first free throw for him. That's a technical free throw. Speaking of free throws, you and I had talked about the Bulls, how poorly they had shot free throws. Now here comes Williams now in for Cartwright, so Phil does match up to the forward.
Bill takes those two fouls to the bench. Here's Michael. Long range and drained it again. Jordan red hot in the first quarter, 9 for him. And the Bulls have a 1-point lead at 20-19. Horace Grant over to help out that time, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by the Chicago defense. Scott Williams was in a bit of trouble down on the baseline there, but Horace bailed him out. Now KJ. Chambers forced up the shot. Barkley rips the rebound out of the hands of Scott Williams. Boy, too much strength right there.
He just came right on through to grab the rebound.
Now Majerle got away with a shove, and now a foul, and score the basket.
They got a little physical, a little more physical this year, and Majerle jumped into the pack. Now watch the rebound come down here. Majerle gets over on the side, guesses the rebound. Now watch as he collects. And in he goes. A good move. Majerle taking over for them. 9 points. That's what he was complaining about. He put that left arm out.
And Dan Majerle converts on the three-point play. He's in double figures already with 10 points, and Phoenix on top by a deuce, 22-20. Michael Jordan down low. High arching shot over Ceballos is good again.
Michael 5 out of 6 from the field. They're running. Here they come running. He stepped out of bounds with it. Barkley says it was my fault. I threw the pass, but you got to take chances like that when you got a real solid team like they have.
Michael and Dan Majerle both in double figures already. Michael shooting for more, and he's got it.
Michael and everything within the system. Boy, running the triangle, and he's just getting the shots right out of it.
He had 54 on Friday, and he's off to a great start tonight. Majerle in the lane. Now Barkley.
Leave him out there.
Charles got the step on Horace, and the left-hander is good.
Leave him out there. Make him show you that jumper from the outside.
Charles had been quiet for a few minutes, but he bangs it in off the glass there. And we're tied again. Got Williams wide open inside, and a good feed from B.J. Armstrong. KJ BJ almost using Scott Williams as a screen to get rid of BJ.
That's just what he did. He ran right up Scott Williams' back, and Williams inadvertently was blocking his own man off. Good play by Kevin Johnson.
Horace off the dribble, down low to Scott. Fakes over Barkley, and he got it. Scott Williams off the bench. 2 quick baskets, and the Bulls in front again by 2. High-scoring game here in Phoenix tonight. KJ. Well, there's a foul there and no call, and Scotty's on the break 1-on-2. Now Williams.
Good play. Scotty forced it all the way down, and as they pinched him off, the trailer was Scott Williams. Williams at 6.
And McDonald's donates $25 to charitables every time a Bulls player slam dunks in tonight's game. And there's the first 25 right there. BJ high for Horace, and he nailed it.
Bulls running well. Paul Westphal might want to talk this one over, but he just gives him a play.
32-26, Chicago on top.
I don't know if this is a good tempo for the Bulls, this high-paced tempo. They like to play to slow it down half court, but with these athletes they've got, they can run.
Shot clock heading down toward 5.
Oh, yeah, you got to call it on Barkley. It's going the other way.
Here's a look at that last feed from BJ to Horace Grant.
The technical foul on... Well, look at this. The foul is on Williams, and the technical foul is on Charles.
I'm not so sure I understand that.
I'm not so sure I do either.
Although I have to admit, all I saw was the end of it where Barkley poked Williams in the eye. MJ will shoot the technical free throw. That's second one of the game. Chambers had one earlier, and now Charles Barkley picks one up. Michael drains the free throw. 14 points in the game for MJ, and Chicago's going to take timeout. We'll get this all sorted out and explain it to you when we come back. 2:40 left in the first. Bulls by 7 over the Suns. It's LA Gear Keychain Night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls keychain. Compliments of LA Gear. And look who's up in the stands tonight, Red.
Steve Stone here. We were talking about rings, the World Championship ring. He's got a pretty nice ring on his finger himself, hasn't he?
Cy Young Award ring.
Yeah.
And now a technical foul on Scott Williams, and he's been ejected.
He's out. Holy man.
Gary Benson wasted no time. I don't know what Scott said to him, but he's history.
Oh, that really throws a wrench in here to Phil's thinking here. Now he's asking MJ, what did he say? Danny Ainge, who just came in the game, will shoot the technical foul. So we've had 3 tees here in the first quarter, and he makes that one.
Danny Ainge called off the bench, makes the first technical, and now what are we going to get?
Well, now you're going to probably get either McRae in the game, or you'll end up with King, who had not played. Stacey King had not played. Let's see how Phil's going to go here.
Well, Phil's taking his sweet time, and now he's getting the explanation down there.
Yeah, he gets 60 seconds to get a guy in, but he wants to know what happened here.
Well, earlier in that sequence,
I mean, Barkley, we came out of the timeout. Barkley never got a chance to take the timeout.
Well, there was a personal foul on Williams, and then Barkley got the tee for retaliating. So Scott really only got 1 technical foul. Usually it's 2 for ejection, but he must have said some seriously magic words down there.
Yeah, I would think so. So Stacey King comes in the ball game now. Stacey has not had a lot of playing time on this trip. And he's been into the fourth quarter at cleanup time a couple times, but this will be his first quarter action. Barkley bangs one off the rim.
Well, they'll need Stacey King to step up tonight. Very valuable part of Phil Jackson's rotation is history for this game anyway. Charles got the second. He has 7.
I almost see Phil's reasoning here as he figures one of his forwards is going to get in foul problems with Barkley, and he's going to need Rodney McRae all 6 of those fouls.
Michael down low on Ainge. I'll tell you, the delay didn't cool Michael off, and he did it. 16 in the first quarter for MJ.
That's the most points the Bulls have scored in the first quarter, 35 this season.
Stacey King has Chambers now, and that's not a real good matchup from Chicago's point of view. Chambers open in the corner. First basket for Tom Chambers, 35-30.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
The Bulls turn it over, throw it away.
Yep, Scottie Pippen lost it out of bounds, and the Suns want to come back in a hurry. Bulls 84% in the first quarter. Most of that Jordan as Horace Grant slaps it out of the air. Bulls trying to get a transition hoop. BJ to Horace, and he laid it in. No, he didn't.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
he did. I thought it was coming off.
You're right. That was in, out, and back in. Horace with his 8. Bulls running well. Big first quarter scoring-wise for the Bullies.
Horace does it on both ends. KJ trying to get it started, and he scores. KJ on BJ and sent him up to the free throw line with a chance for 3.
Kevin Johnson doing what he does best. Gets down the middle, breaks through, throws a little hookup over the top of BJ, catches the glass and goes in, and he gets a chance to add a free throw. The Bulls are 17 out of 20. 17 out of 20 in this quarter. 85%. And they only lead by 4.
That's not a good sign.
No, that's why I said this may be a real high tempo. I don't know if they can. BJ, long range.
Missed it badly that time. Chambers got a rebound. Now Danny Ainge to the middle of the floor. Ainge to Marley. Michael got a hand on that one. Knocked it off the side of the board. And King comes away with it. Credit Michael Jordan with a steal there. Scottie. BJ's wide open. And this time he doesn't miss. Armstrong has 4 in the lead. Back up to 6 now. Inside a minute for the first period. And what a quarter we've seen here tonight. Barkley backs in, and Horace blocked it again.
And a foul is on Barkley. Watch this one. Westfall comes off the bench. Beautifully played. Horace Grant has had himself a big ball game here. Take a look at it. Ernie Harris has got this one right down. Watch him. The fake. He moves. Horace waits. He goes up. Bam. Get off of my street. And then he comes back and gets his hand caught in the jar. The foul called on Barkley.
Suns in the penalty, and Horace will have 2. Let's see how Horace does at the line tonight. As you can see, he has really struggled this season. 52%.
Missed 4 free throws in the first quarter in L.A. And there it is. Horace trying to shake it off.
Now the big rookie checks in for the Phoenix Suns. Oliver Miller out of Arkansas. They love him already here.
Oh, big body. Look at the size of those pants, Dan.
Well, they have to be big, John. And there's why.
300 pounds, that's it?
They would be big.
Well, I got a scale. It's not going to work for him at my house.
You and I could both get in those drawers, I think.
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm, underweight or anything, but it's a big dude.
You're not sniffing that guy.
No.
KJ beats the pressure.
Michael Pippen.
Ainge, no, and Horace has another board. Bulls on the run now. Bounce to BJ, and now Michael. Pull up, tough shot, no good this time. Grant kept it alive, and King ran it down. Now, Bulls will play it down for 1.
Well, Michael missed a shot. 7 for 9 from the field.
About a 5-second difference here for the Bulls between the shot clock and the game clock. So they'll need to get it up at about 5. Michael takes it now, and he hit it again. 18 points for Michael Jordan. Marley open. Oh, he walked and got away with it. Now Marley again after the block, and he scores. 4 seconds. Michael, 3-point shot, short. Stacey King and out of bounds as the horn sounds. No foul call, although Phil Jackson sure wanted one. And we've come to the end of a wild first quarter here in Phoenix, Arizona. After 1, it's Chicago 43 and the Suns 35.
Real nice. Yeah, it'll do till they reopen Dick's.
Say, Bob, look who else is here. It's Johnny Paxton, and he's playing Papa Shot.
Here to join us?
That's your spot, my friend.
Your turn, Will.
Sorry, guys. Cartwright taught me that one.
Friday, December 25th. It's Miller Lite Flashcard Night. Be there.
Ready to start the second quarter with Charles Barkley on the pine, having picked up 2 personals and 1 technical in a wild first period. First quarter numbers look like this. The Bulls shooting 76%, and that's the one that jumps off the page. John Paxson is in the game for Chicago. Pax guarding KJ right now. Ball loose. KJ pressuring John Paxson inside. And Oliver Miller stuffs it through. Johnson backed Paxson down, Red, and then dished it off to Miller for the dunk. Rodney McRae is also checked in for the Bulls. So it's King, McRae, Paxson, Pippen, and Michael Jordan. Stacey King had it swatted away, but got it back and scored. Stacey stayed with it, got his first basket.
You want to come that close to the basket, you might want to step with that right hand to get it up between. You push it right back in that big 7-footer's base. Let's see what he did. He took a step there, but they go, and he's made the fadeaway. Great touch by this gentleman.
Well, he's had it all through his college career, too, John. He was a heck of a player down there at Arkansas. 2 baskets for Miller now.
He looked to pass, it wasn't there, and he dunked it in. The Bulls had, if I'm not mistaken, they shot, what, that first quarter, 79%?
Back the other way, Kevin Johnson. And John Paxson's first shot is right through. And how fast can you play? My scorebook's running out of room already.
Running out of ink in my pen.
49-41 Chicago. Just underway, second quarter. Michael with 20 points already.
Michael's.
Johnson missed the works with that one.
Michael's got 74 points in the last 2 games.
Scottie, nice pass to Stacey King for the dunk.
Stacey ran the floor well. He had no balance. They need a timeout to get together a little bit here.
And we get a 20-second timeout from the Suns. So the transition team's getting beat at its own game here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. And the Bulls have their biggest lead of the night at 10.
Now he's got to explain something. We'll see if he comes back with a technical foul. Now let's take a look at the last shot here. Scottie Pippen coming down with the ball. Here comes Stacey. Goes in, power, slams it down through. Good job by Stacey King. 20-second timeout over. Westfall, who filled in for Cotton Fitzsimmons. Cotton has done such a great job. That's Scotty Robertson, former Bulls coach, next to Paul Westfall on the bench. And Barkley is up, the last man to say something to officials. I mean, he just for drill, I think he's out there.
What a surprise.
Yeah. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see, well, Pax on the foul, but I'd like to see Barkley play with laryngitis someday.
I don't know if he could play.
He might get a couple technicals for silent contempt. You know, they're thinking they don't hear anything coming out of him.
That's the first foul on John Paxson. And the first as a team here on the Bulls in the second quarter. KJ, very tough matchup for John Paxson. Now they got him trapped, and Johnson bounces it off the leg of King.
Good play there. He couldn't get out. He couldn't throw the ball out, so he had to look down, make sure he could get a piece of King's leg there to bounce it off out of bounds.
Ainge, Marley, Johnson, Chambers, and Miller. Johnson, the smallest guy on the floor down low, has it knocked away. And now King recovers for Chicago. Scottie Pippen with Marley, and now down low to Michael. Count it.
There you go, Danny.
22 for Michael Jordan.
Danny Ainge, an often golf partner of Michael Jordan's. But Michael usually waits for him to get on a green before he putts, doesn't he? But
Chambers, strong move inside against the Bulls double team. Tom Chambers has 6 in the game now, and Bulls lead is 10 again.
Scottie's only taken 1 shot, but Michael has been in the system here. He's got all his shots. He's got them down low again.
All by himself, and he scores again.
Danny. He's shaking his head. Not you, Danny. You're not the defensive man.
Boy, Paul Westfall's got to find somebody who can do something with Michael. Nobody's been able to stop him yet.
Well, he's going to come back with Ceballos, even Frank Johnson.
Shot by Chambers, good again. Tom Chambers from the right baseline now has 8. And again, the lead is 10. Phoenix hanging in there under some withering shooting by the Bulls tonight.
Michael posts on the other side.
Try for the overplay that time. Now back to Paxson, and they swing it to Scottie Pippen. Rodney McRae, and a nice look from Scottie.
Just a little step underneath. You hold your ground, you don't get that, but he stepped in that purple area when Scottie drove, and Scott picks up the assist.
Scottie Pippen only 2 points in the game, John, but he's doing a lot of things right away from the scoring column. Miller down low.
Yeah.
I would hope. Even in this league, that's a travel.
But take a look at Scotty's pass here as he breaks down a lane. Up he goes, looks underneath, and there's a great player, Scottie Pippen. And some guys might get a little hungry for some points when they've only got one shot, but not Scotty. Bulls with a 12-point lead.
Rodney McRae.
Ceballos now will be over on Mike, a little bigger player.
We'll see how that works. It didn't work very well in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Michael over Ceballos off the front this time. It wasn't anything Cedric did. He was just due to miss.
Yeah,
one.
right. They give a big hand to Michael and Mock.
Chambers cut off. Frank Johnson into the game. And a long baseline jump shot by Ceballos. A little bit out of his range maybe, but he knocked it down and lead back to 10 again. Trent Tucker up off the Chicago bench, and he'll be checking in momentarily.
He might come in for Michael here. Michael, a lot of minutes played here.
Yeah.
Charles, you better get over and help Charles.
No help. And
no need.
He just shot it up over Cedric Ceballos. Now right there, Michael got the block. Michael wiped it off the rack, and here come the Bulls again. Pippen with Chambers by himself. Swings it up and in. Scottie Pippen and the Bulls have their largest lead of the night at 14. Paul Westphal said, I have seen enough and I need a timeout. So with 6:59 to go in the half, as you look at Michael Jordan do it again, the Bulls have broken out to a 14-point lead. Look at the block on the end of this sequence. MJ and the Bulls in command, and we'll be back.
Miller Genuine Draft and the back-to-back NBA World Champion Chicago Bulls. Making the world a very cool place.
Grant Woods, and sitting next to him is one of America's top trial lawyers, Patrick J. McGroder Jr. Michael, a little shake and bake, a little fancy dance. Up, he nails that shot. They look to get the ball in quick. Michael's got to get back on defense. Here they come. Timing, he's waiting for him to go by Paxson, and as he goes up in the air, Michael says, wipe it out.
80 points in the last 6 quarters. He deserves a rest, and he's getting one. Trent Tucker's in the game for Chicago. Oliver Miller way out front. The shot clock down to 10. Barkley now with the ball on Rodney McRae. Charles laid it down low to Marley, but or Chambers, I should say, but they lost it out of bounds. Bulls still scorching it, 78%.
I mean, 50's not bad. That's great, you know.
And from a 37-all tie, the Bulls have really pulled away here. Stacey King active on the glass and got the offensive board. Scottie open, didn't take it. The Bulls will reset. McRae down low on the baseline to Pippen, and he's got it to go. Scottie Pippen, 6 points on the night. And the Bulls lead by 16. Dan Marley will turns at the next dead ball. Barkley in the circle, Barkley in the lane, and Barkley scores. First basket of the period for Charles. He's got 9 in the game. 63-49. King trying to post up. He has it with Miller down there. Forces it up. Oliver Miller blocked it. Still 10 on the shot. Blocked it again. And Chambers comes out of there with it. Nice sequence of defense by Oliver Miller. And on the other end, King decks Miller. Let's see what happens here.
Kicked him. Miller kicked him. King blocked the shot, took the foul. Let's see if they call it a 2-shot breakaway foul, which I think that's what Hugh Evans is going to get in there and call it.
Here's the play, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch, and King hammered Oliver Miller. Now
he steps over him, and
then a kick by Miller. So what do we get? Well, Stacey got the tee.
Yeah.
Technical foul called on Stacey King, who heads for the bench. Chambers will shoot the tee.
We've had, what, 4 technical free throws shot here, and we got 5:30 to go in the second quarter.
Whew, what a night.
Yeah. Good to have you aboard,
yeah,
man.
thanks for asking me out tonight. So Stacey King is out. Michael Jordan's going to check back in. First, we're going to get a 20-second timeout called by Chicago. Well, on December 19th, when the Bulls face the Charlotte Hornets, it's Jewel Fanny Pack night. The first 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls Fanny Pack. Compliments of Jewel food stores, and that'll be fun to watch. Kendall Gill and Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson and company in town. Now Michael trying to get a little explanation. Well, they have now called a full timeout, I believe, although all the Bulls are out on the floor. We're back in a moment. 63-50, Bulls on top. Oliver Miller at the free throw line for 2. A personal foul and a technical foul called on Stacey King. And here's what's on tap at halftime. News break from WGN News. A feature on Thunder Dan Marley and all the highlights and scores coming up at halftime from Phoenix. 1 out of 2 for Oliver Miller. 63-51. Bulls on top by 12. Cartwright with Miller now. We'll see what Bill can do on the rookie. Shot clock to 5. Tucker had to force it up, and a reach-in foul called on Frank Johnson.
Frank Johnson reaches in, picks it up. They were running out of time. Trent Tucker going off the screen. So Frank gets him across the arm. So Trent Tucker will shoot. He was trying to get it up there. Oh, they're not. They're trying to beat the clock. That's what he was doing, trying to shoot the ball.
I don't understand that. One
No.
ball. Johnny Pax from outside shot an air ball, and Marley picks it out of the sky. Frank Johnson trying to run it up for the Suns. Goes to Sir Charles, who's short. And Horace Grant has the rebound for the Bulls. Well, Barkley struggling a bit. Pax hauls in the long pass, and now we'll try to set up the offense. They go in deep to Cartwright. Cartwright with Miller, and the basket won't count, but a foul on the big rookie.
They're in the penalty here, so Bill Cartwright will shoot 2. Michael's going to come back in. BJ. Isn't that their 5th? No, second team. I'm sorry, second timeout. Just reading this new board, there's 5 timeouts left.
Rodney McRae triggers to Cartwright, and we'll see what Michael does after that brief rest. See if he's still as hot as he was when he sat down.
Yeah, last time we saw Jordan, he was 12 out of 16.
Cartwright out high, 10 to shoot. B.J. Armstrong, far right wing. B.J. down the lane, and he didn't get it, but the tip, no good by Rodney McRae, and Barkley rebounds for Phoenix. Suns look to run, and they do with Marley. Kind of a wild shot off balance by Marley, and now the Bulls come back in a hurry. BJ to Michael. Michael on KJ. In and out. Phoenix has it. Little shove off by KJ on Michael, and he got away with it. Nice move by Kevin Johnson, who has 9. Dan Marley now with Michael Jordan. We'll see what Marley can do on him. Cartwright, spinner in the lane is good. And Bill has his second basket of the night. 65-53, Bulls back in front by 12. Boy, Miller really trying to get position on Cartwright down low. Marley puts his head down. Shot it high off the glass, no good, but Charles Barkley there to clean it up.
Had pretty good success with Barkley this first half. That's only his 11th point. Sat down a little bit with a couple fouls.
Crowd starting to get into it here in the America West Arena. BJ off the dribble. Forced it up, no good. Cartwright over the top for the board. It missed everything. They got to get a shot up here.
Didn't hit. Get it up.
Shot clock to 1. He got the shot off, but it's blocked and a violation on Chicago.
You're right, Dan. You're the only guy in the building that picked it up. The shot did not hit. BJ went in for it. It was short. They took it back out. Cartwright was trying to take it out and set it up. So listen to this crowd. They're trying to get it under 10.
Well, we were wondering, John, before the game, what it would be like when the crowd got going in this place, and it is pretty loud. 19,000 strong in the building tonight. Ceballos almost carried it. Now goes to Majerle with 8 to shoot. Majerle down the lane. No good. Ceballos was fouled as he tried to go up with a rebound, though.
Majerle all over Hugh Evans now, and Majerle drives on in, throws the ball up, misses the shot. Ceballos flips it up, draws the foul.
Number 23, Cedric Ceballos at the line, 2 shots.
Scottie Pippen has come back for the Bulls, replacing Rodney McRae, so the Bulls are back to their starting group with 2:22 to go in the first half. Free throw is no good. Right now, let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Second free throw by Ceballos is good. He's got 5, and Cartwright hits the bench with 3 personals. Stacey King is back.
That's what those boos you heard when we were away.
Scottie Pippen down the lane. Kicks to BJ. BJ on the dribble. High arching shot, bounced in. Thank you very much. Just under 2 now to play in the first half. Don't forget the 9 o'clock news follows the game. Delayed edition. And then instant replay with Rich King. He'll be forced to talk about that Bears game against Green Bay today. Majerle with a left-handed rebound shot. And Dan Majerle now has 14. It's under 10 for the first time in a long time, 67-58. Entry pass to King from out front, and he's fouled as he goes up.
And King wants to know, what's Miller doing wrapping me on the back of the head?
Bill Jackson didn't like it either. Here's another look.
There, now he gave him a shot after the foul. You know, they gave Barkley a technical for sort of whacking out at Scott Williams. Williams, of course, has been thrown out of the game, and now King shoots 2 free throws, nails the first one. Stacey's got 5 points. Very important that he stays in the game and does. Oh, now he's talking at the coach, man.
Wow. An obscene gesture by Oliver Miller at Phil Jackson.
Absolutely.
Phil was mildly amused by that.
Yeah.
Second free throw back iron. Horace Grant got the rebound. And the Bulls will set up operations again with 1:17 to play in the first half. Horace back pass to BJ on the cut. Beautiful play.
Drop pass.
70-58, Chicago by 12, and we head down to 1 minute for the first half. Man, what a first half it's been.
Boy, oh boy.
They leave Ceballos wide open in the corner.
Make him out there. Make it out there. Make him shoot it out there.
Little help from everybody, and it's slapped away. Michael got a hand on it. 2-on-1. BJ laid it in. Strong shot by BJ Armstrong, who's into double figures. And the lead back to 14. Oh, wow. Speaking of football.
Yeah, the kid tried to get out in front. Good defense by Scottie Pippen on KJ.
Well, BJ had noticed that Kevin Johnson had his head pointed the other direction. He never saw BJ coming.
Right.
Thought he might be able to sneak over there and make the steal. First foul in the final 2 minutes, so Phoenix will throw it in. Majerle off the dribble. Majerle looking like he wants to go somewhere. He's cut off. Nice pass inside, and West is fouled. Scottie Pippen draws the personal.
take a look at this beautiful pass here. Horace dropped the pass. He caught Barkley looking. Barkley wanted a double team in the lane. He had a smaller man on him. And nice play by Horace and BJ finishing. So Mark West to the free throw line. He hasn't been there tonight. Clink.
A little strong for Mark West, averaging 4.5 points a game this year and about 24 minutes of action.
Thank you.
Michael took over the leadership by almost 3 whole points in scoring. And he's got, what, 26 here in the first half.
Yeah, those 54-point nights will jack you up there real quickly.
He's been to the line twice, and they were both technical fouls. So all of his work coming from the outside.
He just posted up on people or shot over the top.
Yeah.
West hit the second one. 5 in the game for him, and a 72-59 lead for the Bulls. Michael with Marley. Marley's done a much better job on him. Tough shot, short. And the loose ball hauled out of there by Phoenix, now stolen by Michael. He's going all the way, and he laid it in.
Poster again, Mike. They might have got away with a little foul on it. Rebound by Horace, but...
Shot clock is off. 17 seconds left. 74-59 Chicago.
Could be a record for first half scoring in this new building. Michael, he breaks him in pretty good.
KJ looking right in Michael's eyes with 3 seconds. Now Marley nailed it with 0.8 of a second to go. The long shot on the way, no good by Scottie, and we've come to the end of the first half. And these 19,000 people have gotten more than their money's worth already. Halftime in Phoenix, 74-62 Chicago. And we'll be back with halftime activities right after these words. And seeing as how we are.
Top defensive players in the league, playing in his first All-Star game, Dan Marley.
For Dan Marley, a 1992 All-Star selection must have been the sweetest of moments, because it was proof that he had now joined the NBA's elite, something few people would have believed possible just 4 years ago.
We are very happy to select Dan Marley. I cannot help how you feel. All I can tell you is this: you people will be sorry that you ever booed this young man.
Yeah, the first reaction in Phoenix was nothing but boos. They didn't really know who I was, being the 14th pick. They needed somebody that they knew, and nobody knew this guy from Central Michigan, so they didn't welcome me with open arms.
And so Dan Marley started alone down the road towards NBA respectability, and quickly started making some believers along the way.
Here we go to Marley. Slam dunk over Coop again. Boy, that kid I like. I really like.
Marley would enjoy some early success, but it would take some prompting from his coach, Cotton Fitzsimmons, to mold him into a star.
How do you deal with a Dan Marley? Dan, just go out there and do it.
He'll make the steal. Kevin Johnson, no-look pass to Marley, goes in front, Thunder Dan. Wham, bang, slam.
He's just everywhere. All the loose balls. He's putting his body on people. He's on the glass.
Marley takes it away from him with another 3-on-2. Now the pass to Jim Brown off the board, finally.
And so it seemed that Dan Marley had arrived in Phoenix as the Suns' jack of all trades. But soon another obstacle arose in his path, a spinal cyst that threatened to cut short his career.
I had no feeling in my right leg and lost like 60% of the strength. So basically I was just playing on one leg, but there was nothing I could do about it.
By the start of this season, Dan had come back strong.
Oh, Thunder Dan!
With his ability, versatility, and all-out hustle, Marley's elevated the role of the sixth man to become one of the league's super subs.
Marley, another 3. Magic number is 3. 3 in a row for the Trays.
I think Dan Marley is a good example of our team. Pure character, toughness. Night in and night out, he was an inspiration to the rest of the guys on the team. That's what I talk about, character.
Once shunned by the fans.
74-62 Bulls. Barkley alone down low. Cartwright out to pressure him, and the tip is up and in by Cedric Ceballos. Was it West? Mark West got the tip. First hoop of the second half. Michael Jordan with a good solid screen from Cartwright. BJ open. Now Scottie's wide open in the corner, and he's short on the three-point try. Barkley released it, and BJ got back to make the steal.
Barkley likes to throw those passes, but a little bit high.
About a 10-footer in the lane, bounces off the rim and goes down for Armstrong, who has 12 now.
You don't want to throw that Bert Blyleven curveball when you're throwing it down. You got to throw a bullet to beat some of these guys down in court. BJ converts the steal into a hoop.
Johnson around a Barkley screen, now back toward the middle. Nothing there, and back to Marley. It goes with 5 on the shot clock. He's given up his dribble. Now West. West inside, and he scores. Mark West with 2 quick baskets. Cartwright has those 3 fouls, John, and he really can't afford to go after West all that tough down in the lane at this point in the game.
Right.
Michael hangs on. Nice dish to BJ. High off the glass and out. West a rebound. Mark West very active. Now Ceballos. KJ got inside. Back down the lane. Cedric Ceballos bangs in and scores.
Not a lot of banging going on in this game. Both halves. We got 4 technicals from guys that have been griping and complaining.
Crowd's starting to heat up. BJ's shot is out, and the rebound to West again.
Michael Steele.
Here's MJ. Fake, pump, Cartwright with a dunk. Bill Cartwright trailing the play after Michael Jordan had made the steal. Shot clock in the picture there. We'll see how long it takes for the Suns to get one up. Not long, I don't think. KJ spins into traffic. Now Charles.
That's twice they've used a pick and roll, and it's been successful for him.
Barkley pops out to the free throw line to hit it. 78-70. That 12-point lead cut to 8, and a steal by Charles, and here he comes.
Barkley overplayed the passing lane just right, and he knocks this lead down to only 6.
78-72, and here it comes. Right into your living room with Charles Barkley. Cartwright. No shot. Good defense by West. Shot clock to 10. Now watch Michael go to work. Skip pass over to Pippen, wide open, and he nailed it. Scottie Pippen has 8.
Starting to send 2 men, though, Michael, when he's got the ball now. They figured that.
Ceballos had it ripped out of there. Now here comes Scottie. 3-on-1 for Chicago. BJ to Pippen, and he's fouled on the way up by Kevin Johnson.
But the Bulls can really make something exciting happen out of running a play poorly. Here's the ball is on the wrong side. Now there's 2 guys here, but as they try to alley-oop play, Kevin Johnson commits the foul.
Yeah, they never could quite get this set up right. But they do get 2 free throws for Scottie Pippen. Scottie's first trip to the line tonight. And he rattles the first one in.
Ceballos can't figure out why he's leaving.
Danny Ainge is in.
They want to keep some long-range shooters in there and let Barkley work the inside along with Mark West. 1, 2, I got too many guys. 1, 2, 3. I got too many guys. No, he's off the court. Okay. It looked like he was standing as a sleeper play there. Scottie makes both of his free throws. He's got 10.
Kevin Johnson, they get a 2-on-1 and break Ainge wide open into the corner, but he missed it. Well, that's why he's in the game too, John.
And they run the spots. These good shooters don't run the spots, and that's it.
Michael underhands it to BJ for 3. Assist Jordan, 3-point shot BJ Armstrong. He's got 15. And the lead back to 13 for Chicago. Boy, Barkley moving all over the place. I guess he's going to get a wide open shot. Charles was clearing out the whole squad there. There's a limit to how much you can move on those screens, isn't there?
Yeah, you're supposed to be.
Horace Grant. Scottie on the right wing. Michael trying to post Ainge. Danny knocks him all the way out. BJ lost Barkley, shot on the way, good again. BJ Armstrong.
Yeah, you got to make those now, BJ, because they're doubling Michael. You get open, and he can make that shot. He just can't hesitate on it.
He's made 2 2s and a 3 so far in the third period and has 17 points for the game. Barkley moved off the screen that time. KJ went all the way in anyway. No good. Now Pippen and Jordan against Marley and Ainge. Michael's shot. No. Ainge rebound. Suns trying to run. KJ shot from 15 is right through. My neck is beginning to get sore.
I say this reminds me of an ABA game. It's just that the ball is brown instead of red, white, and blue.
Horace Grant's going to nail one up there from 18 feet and miss it.
Bulls have run a little cold here now.
West couldn't handle. Nice look inside by Ainge, but West couldn't handle it.
Michael trying to get clear of Danny Ainge. Little bump, a little shove.
That last left-hand shove really got him out of it. Timeout in Phoenix, 87-76. Chicago on top. With 6:44 to play here in the third at Phoenix. On December 21st, the Bulls will be playing the Miami Heat as a special attraction. Sports Channel will present the Gorilla, who's in the building tonight, but we haven't seen much of him yet, Joe. Bulls shooting trailing off just a bit, but of course,
Danny.
Michael right back now.
Michael's shooting percentage had slipped. He was 13 out of 20. He came in 13 out of 19 at halftime, and he banks that one in off the glass. He's got 30 points, going for his first free throw. He's got 2 technical free throws, but this is the first one he got fouled on down low. Ainge with the foul, and he's right about where you might find him leading the league.
Well, he's well in front, about 3 points into the lead at this point, averaging 33.4. That's after that big night the other night in L.A. Hey, why did they take Marley off Michael, Fred? He was the only guy that could slow him down.
Yeah, well, Scottie got going a little bit too, and Ainge has nobody else to play.
A tough matchup for Phoenix on the other end.
They figure his fouls are expendable.
Michael way up for the rebound. Scottie's got it. Bulls have a break if they hustle. Michael had it knocked out of his hands and stolen. Now 2-on-1 Phoenix. KJ to Marley and a foul.
Scottie on the bump. They played it well. The Bulls really run the break. It's amazing how successful they are. They just don't seem to get that ball in the middle. They're always passing from the wing. There's the steal by Kevin Johnson. He played it beautifully. Now watch this fast break. Scottie comes back, and Marley hesitates just enough to lay it in off the glass. Beautiful play. Scottie with his third.
Scottie might have been better off just to back up and let him have it.
Frank Johnson's been around a long time. He's playing Michael's skin tight on the other end. They're shooting a free throw. Look at him. They said, don't let Michael out of your sight. He's taking him for granted.
He must be far-sighted.
They're 90 feet away from where the action is going.
Marley completes that 3. Dan Marley with 20 points in the game now. 90-79. Bulls on top by 11.
Now they make that substitution, so Marley has to come over and play Jordan.
Cartwright double teamed and a reach-in foul on Kevin Johnson as he came through. Oh, they did call it on Mark West. Well, Mark West is getting himself into a little bit of trouble here. Third foul on him. Second on the team here in the period. And a new 24 for Chicago as they go into it on offense. Jordan double team. BJ wide open. Didn't take it.
Hit him on the head.
Boy, he sure did. Suns come out of there with it. Frank Johnson. Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, that's vintage Kevin Johnson, too. Taking it hard to the hoop.
Slash through 3 Chicago defenders, and it's 90-81. Back under 10 again. Cartwright dish to BJ in the far left wing. Michael pops out for the jump shot, and he drained it. 33 for Michael. And the lead back to 11. Michael's right on his average now. And we still have 17 minutes left in the game. Barkley opened down loose, and Michael knocked it out of the board. Jordan rejected it off the glass. Here come the Bulls the other way. Jordan posts up against Johnson. 2 Johnsons guard him, so BJ's open, and he misses. Look out here.
They looking for a breakaway, too. And it was a block shot over the top. That's Scottie. I got him for four foul.
Take another look at it. He almost got that.
Yeah, he went up over the rim with him. Barkley wanted the breakaway, 2 shots and the ball on the side, but Pippen with that foul, his 4th. The opponent's individual high against the Suns this year was 32 by Karl Malone. Well, Michael just passed that.
We'll have to redo that sheet for the next game.
He has a way of dedicating Billy. I'm telling you. Scottie leaves and McRae in for him. It's funny, Charles Barkley can be on from the free throw line or off from the free throw line. He sometimes gives you that real mixed bag, but he picks up the 2 here.
Got 5 out of 6 tonight. Charles has 17 in the game. 92-83. Phoenix hanging in there. 4:42 to go. 3rd quarter from Phoenix.
McRae's got Frank Johnson down low. If they can work on him.
Kevin comes over to double team. Now BJ open.
There it is.
He swished it. BJ has really stepped forward in this 3rd quarter. West and Cartwright having a battle down on the block, and a foul called by Hugh Evans against Bill Cartwright. And that'll be 4 on Bill.
We would say in a war, what do they call him? Impartial observers? But these guys aren't impartial observers. They're breaking up a war down low. Cartwright with the foul. Oliver Miller back in along with Tom Chambers. And McRae being posted up by Barkley. Let's see what happens here.
Let's see if they go right at Cartwright. No, they're going to go down the other way with Barkley and McRae. Now Marley. Now Chambers. Chambers going to shoot it. And the Bulls have it. Michael on the bounce left wing. Michael down the lane. Spins it up there. It's off the left side. No good. Miller rebounds. Quick outlet Marley. Suns want to run. Marley knocks over Jordan. That's an offensive foul. Nice positioning by Michael Jordan.
Play by Jordan. Yes, he did. He knew Marley was going to come with the back, make a semi-spin move to go in. Now watch him. He comes. He turns. Bam, down he goes. Crowd doesn't like it, but sure they liked it in Chicago.
Pretty good position that time by 23. Now Jordan and Marley go at it on the other end of the floor. Michael spins, kicks it out. BJ for 3. Horace Grant stumbles out of there with the offensive board. Now Cartwright, dunk blocked by Barkley. Charles Barkley. And Chambers, or Marley, would have had a 3 on this end, but couldn't get his hands on it. They reset the offense, such as it is. A lot of one-on-one basketball from the Suns tonight. And here comes that freight train into the lane. Sir Charles with 19. Backdoor cut by Michael. He was held by Marley. Spins it up, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. Marley had 2 hands on his pants there, I think, trying to keep track of it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2:55 to go in the 3rd. The Bulls hanging on to that 9-point lead. It's 94-85, Chicago. No Bull with Phil Jackson at its regular time telecast here on. As we come back, Jordan at the free throw line for 2. Stacey King is back on, and so is John Paxson for Chicago. And the numbers for Michael Jordan pretty heavy through less than 3/4 of the night.
BJ with 19. His season high was 18. His career was 22. And Jordan makes both free throws for 35.
Yes. Now, if they keep doubling Michael off the ball, John, BJ is going to wind up with a career high tonight.
Yeah, and he's got to look and take it. He can't have a conscience tonight. If that ball is there, he's got to take it.
BJ out of the game right now. Here's Charles in the lane. Had it swatted at by Horace Grant. Shot clock down to 9. Here's Marley's shot bouncing out. Boy, Charles had outside position, and he knocked it out of bounds. Chicago's going to have it.
Some big bodies under there, and Miller and Barkley. Barkley's got to push Miller out of the way, too.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Michael back to set a screen for John Paxson as Phoenix comes with some pressure on the ball. Rodney McRae, Oliver Miller guarding him out the floor. King down low, went strong to the hoop against Chambers and drew the foul.
See, the Bulls take advantage of the not good defensive player in Chambers, but great offensive player. What a great offensive player this guy has been. Playing at forward spot, now comes off the bench. King, 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Phoenix over the limit now, so Stacey's going to shoot 2, and he rattles home that first one. King has 6 points in the game. He's been involved on several different levels. Had that technical foul in the first half. He and Miller have really gone at it when they've been in the game together. Stacey got the second one to go. And the Bulls back up by 13. So as the Suns have tried to make a run at them here, Johnny, they haven't been able to dent that 12-point halftime lead.
Great touch by that big man, Miller, with the little right-handed jump hook over the top of King.
Miller has 7 points, lead back to 11. Heading down to 2 minutes for the third period.
2 minutes, 2 minutes.
King with Miller. There's that matchup. Stacey pumped and scored.
Boy, Stacey keeps wanting to come back with that left hand in his face. Take that little step hook, that left-handed hook. Now he's already shooting about 2 feet. Jumper up by Frank Johnson.
That's another country heard from tonight.
Yeah.
First basket for him. Minute 38. Michael pops free. Marley with him. Michael to the lane. Now trying to regain his balance. He's going to shoot it, and he missed it. And we get a loose ball foul on Stacey King here. The number 2 on King, and 4 team fouls on Chicago, so no bonus yet.
First and last 2. There's 1:24 to go.
Frank Johnson, nice little move there. Stepped in and bounced it off the rim. Rodney McRae for Chicago. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Michael goes into King. Stacey looking for a cutter. Now backs in, spins up, and Miller swats it out of bounds. Boy, you're right, John.
Oh, you can't put that left hand back in a 7-footer's face. The guy's got some talent, can jump, can block the shot, and even Miller's saying, don't come in here with that garbage.
You just go one time the other way, you make him play you honestly. Grant misses, left-handed tip by King, no good. He got it back and clears it. McRae, nice look.
Horace lost it.
Horace dead lost the ball going up. Phoenix on the run. Chambers looking to shoot. Now Miller. And he scored. 100-91. They've cut it under 10 again. 6 seconds difference on the shot clock and the game clock here for the Bulls.
Well, Horace had that shot and just ball slipped right out of his hand like a bar of soap.
Jordan with 10 to shoot. Michael trying to get a screen from King, goes the other way, and he's fouled by Marley. Paul Westphal doesn't like that one bit, and neither does Dan Marley.
Marley plays him well. He gets that big body on him. He anticipates it. King setting the screen, but he goes down a lane. He shoots 2 free throws, 12.5 seconds to go. Watch Marley set up at the 3-point range coming back.
Kevin Johnson off the bench for Phoenix, John, and he's another one of those 3-point gunners. They've got Marley, Barkley, and KJ in the game now.
Well, they take out Oliver Miller, and KJ will be on the front with that ball. Try to break down a penetration. If he's got it, he goes all the way. And now here comes, I thought this guy would get a little playing time, Corey Williams, the rookie second-round draft choice, comes in for, didn't see, was it Stacey? Maybe, yeah.
Stacey's out.
But they'll set it up. There'll be shooters in the corner. They've got a lot of time, 12.5 seconds. MJ made the first one. He's got 6 in a row from the free throw line. Make it 7.
And here comes Kevin Johnson against the rookie Corey Williams.
Michael with the block. They got time. Oh, long Mike.
Right on line, been a little too stout for Michael Jordan. And at the end of 3, the Bulls hanging on to a double-digit lead here in Phoenix. They lead the Suns 102-91.
Robert Jordan and Roseanne Tejas, followed by instant replay with Rich King right here on WGN Chicago. Michael Jordan trying to start the 4th quarter on the right foot for the Bulls.
Traveling, they call. McRae had the ball on the inside. Big numbers, big-time numbers up there. Bulls 102.
Shooting percentage dropped dramatically for the Bulls in that period.
Stacey King.
Holding foul on Stacey down low.
That's been war all night, hasn't it? Those two guys.
Well, it sure has.
Hugh Evans says you can't pull them.
Majerle free inside, couldn't get the shot to go down, and fires it back out front to Kevin Johnson. They'll reset, and a new shot clock for the Suns. Miller got position and got the basket. Miller worked free down low against King and scores again. Oliver Miller in double figures now with 11. Pax to McRae, back to Pax for 3.
Johnny Pax ring it up for 3. He's got 5 in the game. Good kick out that time by McRae. Oh yeah, Tommy Chambers on the offensive foul. Scottie slid down to the technical. He's gone. He's gone.
Well, Tom Chambers had picked up a tee in the first half, arguing a foul call, and his second one sends him to the clubhouse for the rest of the night.
Yes,
Cedric
sir.
Ceballos off the bench to replace him.
Take a look at Chambers coming down the baseline. Here we go, Scottie. Watch Scottie. Slides in, gets the play, goes down. They get the foul, and he goes, wow, there it is, and get out of here. Michael makes the tee. That's his 3rd technical tonight. There's 5 tees in the game that I can recall. The Bulls do get the ball back down here.
So the Suns will have to do it without Tom Chambers here in the 4th quarter. They trail it by 13, and the Bulls have the ball.
Chambers leads with 9. It's the second guy to get thrown out tonight, by the way. If you missed it in the first half, Scott Williams got thrown out.
I wonder where Scott is right now. Maybe he's in the TV truck watching the game.
Double.
Stacey cuts, lost it on the way up. Here come the Suns in transition. Kevin Johnson in on Pippen, leaves it, but stolen by Pax, and now Michael one-on-one with Majerle. Kick back to Pax, and they'll go down low to Pippen now. He's open, lost the ball. On the floor, King dunked it. Stacey King picked up the loose ball and hammered it through. And the Bulls are up in front by 15, and a timeout called by the Suns. A wild sequence on both ends of the floor, and the Bulls come out by far the better. And with 10:27 to go, it's Chicago by 15 here in Phoenix. Is presented by the authority of the Chicago Bulls and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Chicago Bulls.
Steal again by the Bulls.
Bulls dig it away. John Paxson on the attack. Scottie Pippen back on for the Bulls. Scottie, McRae, Michael, Stacey King, and Johnny Paxson there for Chicago at the moment. Majerle, Barkley, Ceballos, Frank, and Kevin Johnson for the Suns. Michael spins it up there and got the roll. MJ's first hoop of the 4th period.
39.
39 for MJ. Majerle to Barkley, who's been very quiet in the second half, but not anymore.
Went to the middle, launched that one-hander over Stacey King. King picks up his 4th foul. Here it is. He comes in, makes that. He and Michael just exchanged great hanging shots. Horace Grant comes in for Stacey. Nice job by Stacey, by the way.
He's played hard tonight.
7 rebounds. He had, what, 11 points.
I'm sure he'll be back before it's all over with. Charles completes the 3-point play. I'll tell you what, John, we had some terrible news this week out of Champaign.
Oh, man. Yes, absolutely.
The death of Lou Henson's son in an auto accident Friday night, and our best go out to Lou and Mary and everybody else down in Champaign. A terrible thing to have happen.
Our condolences absolutely on Lou Jr.
Kick it back out to Scottie, who nails it from 20 feet. Scottie Pippen on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Scottie quiet, only taking 6 shots, but he's got 12 points.
Bulls by 16.
And Johnson down the lane to Frank Johnson. Well, I'll tell you what, Frank Johnson hasn't shot the ball often, but he's made them when he has. 112-98. And a holding foul away from the ball on Frank Johnson against Rodney McRae.
That really is not a good match.
No.
Those two guys. Rodney's 6'8" and about 240, and they're going to take it out on this side. Let's take a look at the leading. Look at
Michael certainly headed for a 40-point night and maybe 50.
Coming off.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Trouble getting it in, and Kevin Johnson makes the steal, but then throws it out of bounds. He had nowhere to go with it, and Cedric Ceballos was already past him.
Michael's averaged 46 points in the last two games. Coming off of a 54-point game in Los Angeles, lost in the overtime in Los Angeles.
Nice math, partner.
Yeah, try to think of that stuff once in a while. Turnovers 14 for Phoenix, only 9. It's amazing that that's the amount of turnovers. There was only 3 by the Bulls at halftime.
Pax whips it down low to Grant. He's up over Charles, and it's short, and Barkley's got the rebound. Now Pax re-steal. Nice anticipation by John Paxson. McRae, as they go around the perimeter, now knocked out of bounds by Charles. Wait a minute. They're giving it to Phoenix. They say it skipped off the fingertip of Horace Grant on the way by. That's 10 turnovers. And Phoenix basketball with 8:20 to go, and they're down 14. KJ penetrates, throws it out of bounds again.
Again, this club is going to be a much better club in the middle of the year. Believe me, they're just getting to learn each other, and Frank Johnson doesn't know exactly what to expect here. Majerle would have been in that three-point area looking for that outlet pass.
John Paxson on the dribble down low left. Rodney McRae trying to post up Frank Johnson. He does, and another foul down low. Frank Johnson, a couple of quick ones trying to guard the big man on the post.
And they have to adjust to it. Alex Scrivrins going to get his first.
Have not seen him yet tonight. He's
I couldn't tell you much about him.
A guy who's bounced around some. He graduated from Colorado in '85, but this is just his second year in the NBA.
They got Tim Kempton in
there.
A
big hold job by Majerle on Pippen and got away with it. Stivrins now. Frank Johnson had a shot, passed it up. Stivrins is open, and the left-hander won't go. Michael Skies for the rebound. Might have something if they hurry here. Now Scottie pulls it back out, and the Bulls will set up the half court.
This triangle offense, triple post offense, is so versatile. I mean, Pax couldn't get the ball to Michael. Nice little move by Horace. He couldn't get the ball to Michael, so all he did was take it into another position, and they ran the play from there. Horace spinning with the left hand.
Nice soft shot with the offhand by Horace. Frank Johnson penetrates. Charles has it in the double team. Majerle for 3. Too hard off the glass, and Michael runs over to get the board.
Scottie up, Scottie up. There it is. Oh, he couldn't miss it.
Michael lines it up for 3. And Horace Grant and Barkley going after it. Now Scottie makes the steal and banks it in.
Oh, I saw Scottie hanging down there, and he wanted the alley-oop pass. He couldn't take it.
Ceballos blocked by Jordan. And a foul on the rebound as Majerle went after it. I'll tell you what, Scottie Pippen is a tired young man right now.
Oh, what action. They look at the two of them with their arms around each other. Here he goes, Ceballos up. Michael slaps it off the board, and away we go. Michael a little tired. They take it. 20. Miller comes back in, and King immediately.
The two heavyweights going at it again here.
He comes in for Michael. Michael has expended a lot of energy in this game. Yes, I would say that.
He's got 39 points, but he has played his heart out all over the place. Now Miller and King. Nice forced defense by King made Miller miss the works that time. And the Bulls come back with it. Leading by 18 points in Phoenix with 6.5 to go. Pippen had it stripped and stolen by Majerle. On the run comes Frank Johnson, and he'll lay it in. Dan Majerle knocked it away, and that led to a basket for the Suns. It's 116 to 100 now as we tick down towards 6 minutes. Scottie Pippen with 14 in the game tonight. It's time for him to step it up with Jordan on the bench.
Ball knocked away again. Grant, shovel pass down low. Now it comes to King, and that time he went right-handed but missed it. And Marley's got the rebound for Phoenix. The Suns trying to make a mini run here. Marley a little out of control, missed the shot. Barkley rebound, no good. Horace Grant.
Oh, he got wailed on. Look at Barkley looking around at him.
Come on, Horace.
I was wondering what time the game started.
Charles gave him a shot. On the way by, Scottie lays it in. The nice reverse thin shot off the glass, and a good feed from Stacey King. 16 now for Scottie Pippen, and the lead back to 18 for Chicago.
Hey, congratulations to Greg Bradshaw and his wife. They had a baby, Justin, another quarterback in the Bradshaw family. Congratulations to them.
Good deal. I know they were celebrating Northwestern football victory this weekend, too.
They won their first time since what? A long time.
The first time they won 3 in the league since 73. And Marley sits down, which is good news for the Bulls. He's playing up a storm out there. Frank Johnson bounce pass Stivrins. That left-handed shot off the glass won't go. Thrown out of there by Grant, and now out of bounds to Phoenix. Let's pause for a moment for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Along with Johnny Kerr, Dan Roan here in Phoenix, sitting in for Wayne Larrabee tonight.
Scottie anticipated it. Barkley said, let me open up and take the man down low. And Scottie just waited for him to throw it. So you got a laugher here?
Phil enjoying the evening, don't you think?
Yeah, you were starting to say sitting in for Dan, for Wayne Larrabee. And it's good to have you here, Dan. Of course, Wayne will be back when we get into some cold weather stuff. But you always like to take this trip out to the Valley of the Sun?
I've had this one a couple of times, and I've enjoyed it every time out.
Yeah, you're going to remember something. Last year, Michael, this was the game Michael was suspended.
Look at Pax laid up high off the board and in.
And he couldn't play in this one, so the fans are getting their money's worth tonight.
He's on the bench now with 4:25 to go. And the Bulls up by 20, their largest lead of the night. Nice cut inside by Ceballos, and Barkley hit him right on the numbers.
Bulls were 1 4 in a row on the road, and then they ran into an overtime loss to Los Angeles. So at home, 3-1. As a matter of fact, the two games they've lost have been by a total of 3 points in overtime.
Grant with a left hand off the board. He'd beaten Barkley. Now they throw it away, and Frank Johnson recovers it over on the far sideline. Stivrins right down the lane, and offensive foul, no basket. Scottie Pippen was set up well in advance of the drive by Alex Stivrins.
He really lost the ball, lost control of the ball going through, and when he got it back, he looked up, and there's 33. Here he loses it a little bit. You see it come up off his hip. Scottie just waiting for him, and you see the call. Tim Kempton from Notre Dame now in the game.
So we got a couple of those Irish guys on the floor. Tim Kempton and John Paxson. I saw them having a conversation before the game. Rodney McRae from well outside. Horace. Boy, the Bulls doing everything right tonight. And inside, we get a whistle, and now what? Somebody else in trouble here?
Eight white. A technical foul on Scottie. The first foul was on number 8.
That's Tim Kempton.
So we got another. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this a 6 technical?
Well, the Bulls have 3 and the Suns have 3. That's right. 3 on each side. And we'll come down to the Suns' end to shoot the technical free throw. Having a tough time finding a replay inside the lane with all that traffic to see what happened. Frank Johnson hits the technical. He's got 7 points in the game. He's played pretty well tonight. 120 to 103, and now the Bulls will have it.
That's a 4th foul on Tim on them. It's quarter.
3 on the Bulls as a team. Nice dish back by Scottie. Tip up and in, and I think Pippen got it. He did. Scottie Pippen with 8 in the quarter, 18 for the game, and the Bulls lead by 18. I should say 19. As Kempton comes right down the lane and Well, I'll tell you what, they can put some bodies on the floor, can't they?
Boy.
Will Perdue
look at the Horace
set
with
to
the
check in.
Crossover. And Scottie didn't go.
I'll tell you what, John, I think Scottie's tired.
Yes, sir.
Corey Williams off the bench. We get a timeout here. 2:58 to play in the game, and the Bulls headed for a victory, leading 122-105. We'll be back. Coordinating producer Bill Borson, and our associate producer is Joe Corneo.
Will Perdue in the lineup now. Oliver Miller playing on the outside here.
Got a lot of second-line players on the floor now. Here's Kempton for the Suns. Ceballos and Stivrins and Frank Johnson and Oliver Miller, and we get a whistle.
That was on the pass off.
B.J. Armstrong picks up the foul.
Only the fourth team foul on the Bulls.
2:36 to play. This one headed for the plus column for the Bulls. They'll be 8-2 for the year and 5-1 on the road.
They were 6-0 on the road last year when they came out here, and decided that loss. They're playing pretty good.
Well, they had 2 blowouts in a row. First at Minnesota, and then that game at Seattle was where they really put it together.
Well, yeah, and that's a real veteran team too. They're averaging what, a little bit over 107 a game, but tonight
going up.
The highest they scored was 123 against Minnesota up there in the blowout. But this is a good ball club.
Kicking violation against Oliver Miller. The Bulls get a fresh 25 with, or fresh 24, I should say, with 2:05 to play in the game. Michael and Scottie and Horace laughing it up over here on the Chicago bench. Michael played 36 holes at Desert Mountain yesterday. 81-85 in case you're interested. Corey Williams trying to run that triangle. Now they bounce it low to Rodney McRae. Has a shot if he can pick it up. Tipped back out in front. Corey's got it.
Come on, Corey, take it, Rook. Now he's going to bring it out.
They'll reset. Trying to run the offense. Stacy out on the floor. Bangs inside. Try to dish it to Perdue.
Thanks. He didn't take a shot. Will, get in there. All right.
Will Perdue reverse off the glass. And a little cheer from the Bulls bench over there.
Bulls still have Golden State left. We'll go home for the Thanksgiving holidays, and the ball thrown out of bounds. Go home for the Thanksgiving holidays, and then we'll pick up Boston and New York. Go east a little bit. But it certainly was nice to get a little bit of sun out here today.
Well, Charles has a kind of a rueful smile on his face there. It's not been a good night for him or his ball club. Boy, McRae banged by Stivrins. King on the baseline. Thought about shooting it over Miller that time, Red.
Yeah, he better get it up now. He's going to go for 3. He just wanted to get out. Yeah, get it up. He's got to beat the clock.
Well,
and he didn't.
Air ball. Then they throw it right out of bounds. Kempton had nobody to go to. He threw it to Ceballos, and Paul Westphal caught it, I think.
King sort of dribbled out till he got to the 3-point. Said, "Oh, I do have to get rid of it," and he did.
Isn't that a $50 fine?
Yeah, you know, this club is 3-0 in this building. I mean, this building they figured it would not be beaten in, and Bulls come in here and tattoo them.
Yeah, they've gotten the dog beat out of them tonight. Try to lob from McRae, doesn't work. Stivrins coming back the other way for the Suns. Here's Frank Johnson. Stivrins, tell you what, he's active in there, isn't he?
Yeah, and he made the hoop. Look at him go.
Got a couple of baskets off the bench for Phoenix. 124-109, 30 seconds left. McRae beats him off the dribble to Perdue, who's taking it all the way in, and Big Will gets a second hoop.
You wonder how the Bulls would react after losing that overtime game, Dan. And Scott Williams really hit it right on the head, didn't he, when he said he thought his guys were going to play good.
Corey throws it up and in.
He thought they'd forget about it and just really go after it. They're having some fun. That Johnny Bach says when we turned the Dobermans loose, and he certainly did tonight, they all had a great game.
6 seconds left, 5 seconds to go. Corey Williams just hanging onto the basketball. He'll dribble it out, and the Bulls have won it. Michael Jordan trots off the floor after a very productive evening for him.
And we'll come back to Phoenix to wrap this one up. The final score, Chicago 128 and the Phoenix Suns 111.
A friendly smile, a warm...
In the deep right corner, BJ nails 3 of his 19 points tonight. The AT&T long distance play of the game as the Bulls win it by 17 here at the America West Arena. We're back with a final word right after this.